Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 154 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we're going to draft Rivals of Ixalan. Again, we're going to be positive about it, and hopefully have some fun. This, of course, is a sponsored draft. This is Daniel's sponsored draft, so he'll be getting every card that we draft here once we get 6 more players. So I'll see you guys then. And here we go for pack one, pick one. We've got a Bishop of Binding. We've got an Impale. And that's about it. There is a Daring Buccaneer, a Dusk Legion Zealot. There's all fine stuff for the middle of the pack, but really this is purely between Impale or Bishop of Binding, and I think we're just going to take Bishop of Binding. See if we can get the vampires and feel pretty darn happy. So it's a 1/1 for 4. That sucks, but it O-rings a creature, plus when it attacks it gets +X, where X is the power of the exiled card. So this attacks like something a little bit bigger. So Bishop seems good here. I think it's the competitive pick. I think it's the fun pick. I think it is just going to be the pick. We're passing an Impale. It sucks for us to get into vampires. Dusk Legion Zealot probably won't come back around either, so we're going to be stuck with a Famished Paladin or Divine Verdict, but I'm fine with that. Pack 2, we get ourselves a Siren Reaver, another Impale, which we're just going to take, I think. Just going to take, I think. Certainly better than Mutiny, better than Voracious Vampire, better than a Conquistador. We're not taking either of those cards, so I think I'm just on Impale. Easy peasy Impale. Following that, we get a Forerunner of the Legion. Certainly nice to tutor up our Bishop of Binding. Yeah, things seem to be going good. There's an Everdon Champion as well, but we're not going to take it over the Forerunner. Dusk Legion Zealot. Again, I wish I could be picking that up. I feel like me and my neighbor are going to be vampires, which is going to suck, but if I can be vampires first, that'll be a thing. So we're taking the Forerunner. Going good so far. Following that, we fall down a little bit. We've got a Pterodon or a Martyr, and I think we'll just stick on the vampire plan and take the Martyr here. We're not taking Fate, we're not taking Border, this is garbage. Sailor is good, but I'm not doing that. Let's take the Martyr. From there we get a relatively late Moment of Craving. Fifth pick Waterknot as well. What was this pack? 2 uncommons, a rare, and a common. Interesting. But we'll take the Moment of Craving. Seems very nice. Following that, we discovered that we have a double Crafty Cut Purse pool, but we're just going to take the Voracious Vampire and feel good about that. This deck's just building itself so far. Sorry, triple Crafty Cut Purse pool. That's horrible. That's a lot of wasted rares. At least that was a common. Yeah, we'll take a second Martyr of Dusk over a Cleansing Ray and a Raptor Companion and a Canal Monitor for sure. Moment of Triumph seems fine. Relatively late Hunt the Weak, but I don't think we've seen any other decent green. Meaningless. Moment in. This was our pack, and yes, that Dusk Legion Zealot went away. Spirewinder's the best card here, but I think we'll just take a Gleaming Barrier. Follow that up with, I guess, a Snubhorn Sentry. We may hit Ascend. We'll see. We'll see. We're not taking a Seer. We're not taking a Relic. We're not taking a Soul. We're not taking a Raptor. Snubhorn in. Nada here. So we'll take Riverwise Augur out. We'll take well, let's Signal, I guess. Take out Gruesome Fate. Flood of Recollection. Pretty bad. Strider Harness. Pretty bad. Basic land? Basic land. Basic land, anytime. No? Okay. Hey, basic land. Swamp. Cool. Well, second Forerunner seems fine. I feel like we saw this pack. Impale, Forerunner. I'm just on Forerunner. We're going to go deep into the vampires, get back a Zealot or a Glorifier. Seems fine. Seems fine. In you go. Everdon Champion, Conquistador, Revenant. Maybe just take the Conquistador. Works well with the Forerunners. Everdon dies to a lot of stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we'll take a Conquistador here. In you go. Famished Paladin. Are we gaining life yet? Life? That's it. Well, we can try to emphasize drafting life gain, because otherwise it's Revenant. Scoundrel and Raptor both feel pretty bad. There's no reason to splash yet. So yeah, we'll take the Paladin. See if we can get some life gain going. Following that, we get an Exultant Sky Marcher, which I'm real happy about. Cuts white out of this pack. There's nothing else for us anyways. This pack's going to suck to get back, but oh well. Exultant, in you go. Following that, we get not much. We get a Divine Verdict, which I think we'll take over Bad Horse, and Fathom Fleet Border, Form of the Dinosaur for somebody who wants it, but that ain't me. After that, we get nothing. Could rare draft a Ghalta. We could take a Dinosaur Hunter. I mean, we'll take the Dinosaur Hunter. I assume Ghalta is worthless. 40 whole cents. And I'm a little bit worried about how much black we're going to get for the rest of this pack. So we're just going to take the Dinosaur Hunter and not feel good about it. Not feel good. 400 of the Coalition. You're significantly less good when I don't have any pirates, preferably. I guess we'll just take a Sun Sentinel here. That is what we'll do. Vampire Revenant, I'm okay with you. Everdon Champion? Sure. Still no splash reason. So Everdon in. Vampire Revenant number 2, I guess. Seems okay. Grasping Scoundrel? Sure. Canal Monitor? No. Well, look at that. We went from having like 13 cards to 20. Obviously, a bunch of these need to be cut. We don't want that. We don't want that. We may not want that. We may not want that. We may not want that. I'm kind of sad we didn't get a Sanguine Glorifier back around. Goes well with the Vampire Revenants. What do we want? We want Vanquish the Weaks. We want Vanquish the Weaks. More Vanquish the Weaks. Probably some other stuff, but also Vanquish the Weaks. We get a Cacophodon. Don't want that. As happy as he looks, don't want it. Alright, Legion's Landing. Sold. Sold, 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 sold. Also nothing coming back for us. Not a thing. Legion's Landing, in you go. So we're hitting Ascend. So, I mean, Snubhorn might fit. Bishop Soldier, Pious Interdiction. Both good. Both good. But I think we're just on Pious Interdiction. We're slightly light on removal at the moment. We've got an Impale and a Craving. And I guess a Bishop of Binding, but I expect that to die readily. So we will take the Pious Interdiction. These cards need to go. We are going to replace them for sure. There's the Vanquish the Weak I talked so much about. In it goes. Yeah, I like this deck. I like it. I like it. It looks okay. Looks okay. Not upset about it. I am upset about this pack, though. Not playing it. 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 I guess Sheltering Light for the sideboard if we're up against a lot of removal. Protects the Bishop of Binding. You can even hang out in the main deck for the moment. Uh-oh. 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 Not getting anything. I guess we'll just rare draft the Growing Rights. I'm sure it's only worth like 5 cents, but we're not playing Desperate Castaways. And again, looking at my pool, I am super, 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 super one color. Why is this always happening? This has happened in basically every draft I've done over the past several weeks. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Anyways, we'll take that Growing Rights. 6 black cards. Huh. I don't think anything's changed in my drafting method. And yet I'm ending up so close to monocolor lately. So weird. So weird. We get a Mark of the Vampire, which gains us life for the Paladin, I suppose, and goes well on a Vampire Revenant. We'll take it. We'll play it. Take and play. Take and play. Goes well on the Everdon Champion, too, for that matter. Give me an Adonto Vanguard. Give me a really late Adonto Vanguard. Because that card with Mark of the Vampire is stupid. Stupid. Well, we got 23. We do have things that we'll cut if we get some late good stuff here. But it is getting pretty late. Also some ridiculously slow drafters at this table. Nothing. Stone, nothing. So we'll take a Prying Blade, I guess. Coming up late. Great green stuff. Nothing I really want. We're not returning pirates, so this is literally just return a singular creature. Yeah, I guess we'll just take it. I will say, leagues have really screwed me up for paper drafting, because in paper drafting, the correct pick is 100% Drover of Mighty. Because we're not going to play March, and this is significantly good in a green deck. So it's important to keep your league drafting ideas separate from your in-pod drafting ideas. Will we play a Direfleet Interloper? I don't want to. I could, though. Cut a Sun Sentinel? Cut a Sheltering Light? We get a Desperate Castaways, but we're literally not making artifacts in any way, shape, or form. We're not going to play Imperial Lancer either, so I guess we'll take that in case we want a really crappy blocker. So I could take out Sun Sentinel, Legion's Judgment for the sideboard, sure. Why not? Again, correct pick, opt. And I mean, at this point, signaling pick doesn't matter, so whatever. Sun Sentinel? I kind of don't hate Snubhorn Sentry. And I feel like we're gonna hit Ascend. Legion Conquistador is pretty bad, considering we only got one. There's obviously very clearly another vampire player at the table. They must have gotten the black half of the vampire deck. So Legion Conquistador could go out, but I mean it does just work well with Forerunners. It could be targeted, or wait, no. Yeah, it could be targeted with Bishop Binding, but I don't super expect to be attacking with Bishop Binding as a 1/1. Sheltering Light I do kind of like a little tiny bit, I guess. I think it's just the Sun Sentinel that comes out. See ya. Alright, we're going to add some basic lands. It's going to be 11-6. I'm not comfortable with that. 10-7, because we need double black for the Impale. 10-7, there's a deck. See you guys for match 1. Let's see how we can do.